Okay, good morning, I'm trying to get situated, and it's been a busy morning. Merry Christmas if you celebrate, and I am trying to find my lipstick. Okay. Okay, so yeah, good morning, I am live from DC. It is Christmas morning. It's been a great morning, y'all. I hope everybody is having a beautiful holiday season. I'm praying for everyone to have a beautiful day. Whether you celebrate and, get into the festivities or not. Thank y'all for liking the live. Thank you. Brianna Beautiful for liking the live. Thank you. Brianna Beautiful. Okay, here we go.
Here I come, Jazz.
I made it. It's been a morning.
I see a beautiful baby.
As you can see, I got another co-host with me. Say hi.
We got co-hosts everywhere. Jazz, so
He woke up and I thought he was gonna go back to sleep. This was like around 3. I said, okay, I'm gonna lay down with him. He been up ever since.
oh wow. He's like, look at him. And he right there in the screen too, like, what? Hey baby. Hey
Oh, now
baby.
he's shy. He's full of it.
Hey baby. He full of love. Hey, my daughter is awake too. Look, LaDonna say her daughter is awake too. All the babies up because they know it's Christmas. It's Christmas.
Yep.
Hey baby. Look at all that hair. Hey. Don't be acting like that. You just start calling me auntie, okay? Don't be
Right.
acting like that. So what's going on, love?
I have been having a beautiful morning. God is good.
Hey,
That's all I'm gonna say.
Jessica.
God
God
is
is
great. I think it's going to be a beautiful day with just how the morning has started off, and I'm
Mhm.
looking forward to just a beautiful time with family. And I'm just full of so much gratitude this morning. So much gratitude.
Mm,
So much
that's so
gratitude.
beautiful. So now what time is the family coming over?
We're actually going to gather at my brother's house around 3 p.m.
Okay.
So this
Is that
morning,
far?
no, we about 15, 20 minutes away from him. Yeah.
Okay. Everybody in the comments, put gratitude down there. That's a great word. I want everybody in the comments to put gratitude,
Yes.
gratitude down in the comments. That's such a beautiful word. And so Jasmine, how long you been on TikTok?
I started this account back in October, and
Okay.
I I started with a different objective. I was trying to
Tap the screen, guys. Tap the screen.
I was
Let's get
trying
this thing
to
played.
okay, so I wanted to promote joining a digital marketing community that
Okay.
I became a member of like July or August. So I got all my stuff straight and I went through the course and I was like, I like
Thank you for
information,
liking the live, Tree Hugger.
but it's not for me to
Thank you
be
for
that person who's like, hey, join this course and, come and get this. That wasn't for me.
Yeah, because if you was gonna do that, then that would have to be your constant talk, so to speak.
Right,
So
right.
did you join the course?
I did.
Okay.
Yep. I had been
Hey,
on
Cheryl.
Facebook just talking to all these people in these different groups.
Thank you for sharing the live.
And
Thank you.
I was like, you know what? I think this is really going to be a good move for me because I have been a stay-at-home mom for several years, and going
Mhm.
back to the regular workforce just wasn't going to work for me, nor is it my desire. Hey,
Right.
last born, thanks for the likes. So once I figured that out, I said, okay, let me just pivot and try this digital space.
Thank you. Yeah, that's cool. Thank you guys for the gifts. Thank you, thank you, thank you. Thank you for tapping, for sharing, for loving on us. It is Merry Christmas for those of you that celebrate, for those of you that don't. It's still a great day. I'm always, it's like in this space here that we're in, it's such a unique space because you meet all types of people and just that love, so I always say this, I'm always going to be consistent. I don't do clicks if that click ain't loving, it's just that's the only click I'm a part of. It's the loving click.
That's right.
you
I
know oh,
always say on my lives, this the side of TikTok I love. I just want to be in the side that's all in the comments, loving on each
right,
other,
you got
and just
it.
the real village community.
Yeah,
I need all of them type of people.
exactly. And look, LaDonna said now he's, can you see my comments or
I
just your comment?
can't.
So,
No, I
okay.
can only
So
see
this is the
mine.
way it goes. You can see your comments.
Okay.
I can't see your comments. I can just see my
Right.
comments.
Right.
So
Okay.
LaDonna said now he's falling asleep.
He ought to be tired. I'm telling y'all, he been up. He was watching TV. He had something to eat. And I was like, okay, if he could just go back to sleep, that's fine. It'll work out. So that's good.
Oh my God, he is so beautiful. What's his name?
This is Bodhi Ali Love.
Bodhi Ali Love.
Hmm.
Awesome.
Yep. And
Uh,
he's about 19 months. Yep.
okay. Okay. When is his birthday?
June 16th. Yep. I
Oh,
always have to.
think
So
about
I
it.
have another son. My oldest son. His birthday is June 13th. So
19.
he's
So you
8.
got two Geminis.
Two Geminis.
Wow, you are so blessed.
That is the truth. I got so my I'm a mama of 5. My
Okay.
oldest and only girl is 10. She's an
Okay.
Aries.
Ooh,
My
now you're holding it in the pocket.
and I'm a Libra. So this
Ooh,
is we
ooh,
got an
that's
interesting
a
mix going
that's a
on.
very unique dynamics. Look, Plants and Plants and Pups said, "Ooh, two."
Yeah. Handsome pups. Listen, listen. So the two
Wow,
Geminis, ironically, they have a different dad, but they look very much alike.
that's
Both of
you.
their names are with the letter J. My other son, his name is Benjamin,
Okay.
and they are they have Gemini traits down pat.
Yeah, they do, huh? So what do you see? Which of their traits is more pronounced? What do you see as a mom?
I see the childlike, innocent, playful, curious. They definitely are like very um, playful. They like to
Hmm.
have fun. And another quality, both of them, especially for him, you could just see his little
Thinking,
gears turning. They are
thinking.
thinking, yes, and just kind of like calculating. I'm like,
Mm-hmm.
over there thinking about. So
Yeah.
they really do really have those down pat.
Okay, yeah. So
Mhm.
as they get older, then you'll see like probably like the communication skills come out more and more.
Yeah.
I'm a Gemini and I have a little one. He's a Gemini. And
Oh,
he's so aggressive like on in his own way of thought. So if he don't want something, I don't care what it is. He could have a cookie and you could say, "Let me have some of your cookie." He'd be like, "No. Mm-mm, no." And his dad might tell him to turn the light off. He said, "No, I'm not going to do that, Dad. You have to turn it off yourself."
I love
And
it.
you're like, "What are you saying?" And he's like, "I'm not going to do it." And he will stand on that, like, will not budge.
How old is he?
He's 4.
Okay. See, he sounds like my 3 year old. My 3 year old, he's straight up. I call him the no limit soldier. This this one though, he's the gangster. He go up and he hit people and he been
He
picking up
be ready
shoes
for
and
it.
whacking people. I'm like, what is this coming from? This is the gangster. But the other one, he's a no limit soldier because he
Wow.
goes around and he be like, no, I'm not gonna do that, mom. And I
Yeah.
said, okay.
And you know, I'm such a advocate of finding who you are first, you know, finding yourself or walking in whoever you are. So as a parent, you know, we tend to want them to change a little bit or to make some of these like adjust like you don't do that, share. It's like okay, well, sometimes, and then as you become an adult, you're trying to back it up and say, let your no be your no. Like, let's, what do we want? Like, really, what do we want? So I get tickled. I'm like, and then I'll try to use my bribing methods. And if they don't work, then I'm just like, okay, I surrender. Then you win. No cookie for me.
I felt that. I felt that. I felt that. You
And
gotta
so,
pick your battles, and then when you know, when you know, you just
yeah,
gotta throw in the
cause he
towel.
he be standing 10 toes down on whatever it is he want to do. I
Mhm.
was telling my son, I say he comes home and he just runs the whole house. From the
Yeah.
moment he walk in, the house just be turned upside down, and he be like, "I'm not doing it," or "I am doing it."
Yep. Yep.
Funny. So what? So you say you have five kids. Now,
Four
what's
boys. Yep.
4 boys and 1 girl? So what's the ages again?
So he's one, then the 3 year old, and then I have a 5 year old, 8 year old, and 10.
Okay, awesome. You got your hands full.
Yes,
You need
ma'am.
to be. You don't need to work outside of the home.
Yes, ma'am. I
It's
just
enough going on
if
inside of
I
the
could
home.
get like a quarter every time somebody was like, "Wow, you
Hey,
have your hands full." Before I
honey.
even had five,
Uh
when I
huh.
was walking around before, because the 3 year old and 5 year old are 18 months apart, so people was always just like, "Oh wow, you got your hands full," and I'm always like, "Yep, I do."
Everybody, thank you. Tapping the screen. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you for tapping it out. Tapping it
Yep,
out.
yep.
So, I know that's just a beautiful thing when you watching your kids grow up, and yours is like that. That's such a fun age. Everybody's under 10. That's just such a fun age. So I just love that. I absolutely do. What's your goals on TikTok?
TikTok is, I feel like, my way to really connect with the people.
Okay.
Um, and since I've come into the live space, I've felt like that's a great way to do so. I don't care to really go viral or, like become TikTok famous. If it happens, that's great. But I definitely just feel like it's a way for me to put my true face forward. Because I
Mhm.
can type and, do all
Mhm.
of the things on threads. I'm on threads as well. And then later on down the line, coming in January, I'm going to do a YouTube channel.
Okay.
So TikTok will be
Good
my
morning,
way to
Sam.
really kind of get people in and
Hey, real
let them
estate
know who I
Blondie.
am and give them the
Thank you.
intro.
Thank you. Thank you.
So if they appreciate that type of content and then they're like, oh, okay, I'm like, okay, follow me over here and then you can see more. And
Right,
yeah,
right.
yeah.
So you're gonna launch your site in January, your YouTube?
Yep, I got a lot of plans for January. January, I before I had joined your live when you said the dates and decisions, I said, yeah, I needed to hear that because I had been given the date. God was like, all right, January
Where you
11th.
gonna stay?
And I was like,
Huh?
okay, January 11th. He gave me that date as a deadline.
Okay.
January 11th is when all of the, so I'm going to be launching the YouTube channel on that date. And I'm also going to be starting a 90-day challenge on that
Okay.
date. And I'll be sharing all of this more in so I got another deadline by December 30th. I got to
You're
have
gonna
all of this
share
done.
what's going on.
Yes, ma'am.
Got you, got you, got you. Thank you for my daily heart. Me, real estate blondie is in the Blondie is the baddest realtor in the ATL area. So y'all make sure y'all connect with her. I cannot pin or post anybody, but y'all just make sure y'all connect with the people that's coming in the room. You know, people be sliding through. So we just want to thank you. I'm talking to Jasmine and we met yesterday. She goes live at the same time. So we just decided that we were gonna meet in these TikTok streets together so y'all
I'm so
can meet
glad
up.
we did.
Right, so y'all
Thank
can
you.
see
Thank
us,
you.
catch this energy. She is a dynamic mom, live host. What time you go live again? On what days?
So Mondays and Wednesdays at 6.
Mondays and
Um,
Wednesdays. Okay.
I'm actually gonna switch up my schedule, so I'll
Thank
just
you for
say
the
that for now.
roses. Thank
But
you for the
yeah, I
roses.
do
I appreciate you.
my morning motivations and wellness Wednesdays. So I'm sorry,
Good
it's
morning,
Monday motivation
Detroit.
and wellness Wednesdays.
Hey, Detroit. You know that's my hometown, right? Hey, Diane. Diane is here.
Oh.
Look, Jasmine, Diane is here. She's from Detroit. She
Hey
said, Merry
Diane.
Christmas, my friend.
Merry
Merry
Christmas.
Christmas
Yes,
to
Merry Christmas,
you.
everybody. Happy holidays, all the things.
Yes. Now, when you go live, how long are you normally on for?
Around this time, it's
About how long you stay on
about an
for?
hour and a half because around this time I gotta start getting the kids ready around 7:30. So I stay on for that little hour and a
Hey,
half.
Craig. Good morning.
And
Happy Merry
and
Christmas.
then I hop back on after he takes his morning nap around like 11. But that's touch and go because sometimes I might be doing something else. But I usually
Mhm.
go those 2 times of the day and then randomly. Oh, and speaking of today, I just set up a live event
Hey,
so I
kids.
could commit to it. So at 10 a.m., I'm going live and I'll be doing a tutorial to show everybody how to create DIY activity sheets. So I
Okay.
did the same thing on Thanksgiving. And it was like very spur of the moment. It was the day of, and I was just like, you know what? I didn't have the kids around me, so I didn't have no distractions.
Right.
But I was over my aunt's house and she was cooking. And I said, you know what, Auntie, you got a printer, right? She said, yeah. I said, okay, I'm gonna make some coloring sheets for everybody to do later on for dinner, after dinner or whatever. And I just went live, wasn't really thinking nothing of it. And this was when I really wasn't sure how to work the live. So I wasn't even paying attention to the screen. I just had it pointed to let them see this computer. And a lot of people were coming through with saying that, you know, this is cool, this is nice. And I was like, oh, wow, this is after the fact. And
Mm-hmm.
then when I did the actual activity, I pulled it out and
Watch me win.
everybody loved it. Everybody participated and engaged. And I got to I need to follow up and do
You've
that.
been famous. Thank
I
you for
have to make a
joining.
compilation about all of the pictures because the pictures were beautiful. They were like
Mm.
outlines of flowers and mandalas. And it was just a beautiful, beautiful activity. Exactly how I envisioned it, it came to life. So I said, I'm going to do that again and create. This time I'll probably do like a crossword puzzle or uh, just like a more than just a coloring sheet.
Okay. Okay.
It'll be
That's
holiday
gonna
themed, Christmas themed.
That'll be so nice. See there, y'all. And you know what? It's amazing how we can get caught up in so like other people's creativity and then it's like, hey, that's an activity that's something that my family could be doing. So that's great, you guys. Hey, Craig is in the building. Craig says, "Good morning, Merry Christmas." Thank you, Craig, for joining us in today. If you
Good
come in the
morning. Good
room, guys,
morning.
please tap it out. Please go ahead and tap it out and share. Don't be selfish. Share us. I have my new friend here, Jasmine, on the line. Make sure you are connect with her as well. So we're just kind of vibing out on this. I want to call it Sunday. It feels like a Sunday.
It does have that feel to it.
Yeah.
I haven't been able to tell what day of the week it has been. It has been just, I've been in the clouds, I guess.
Hey, sometimes that's the safest place to be.
I'll take it.
But it feels like I don't know why. I guess it's holiday. It's just giving me a Sunday, it's like a Sunday vibe almost.
I love Sunday, so give me that.
Yeah,
If
it's
I
just
had to choose a favorite day of the week, it would be
it'd be
Sunday.
Sunday.
It would
Hey,
have to be
everybody
a
on here,
holiday.
what is y'all favorite
Yeah, that's a
day
good
of the week?
question.
That's
Yes,
a good
yes. I would
question.
love to hear that.
What is your favorite day of the week? And look, Plants and Pups said, I love being in the clouds. XXQZ, me too. Good morning, love. Good morning. Thank you for coming in. Thank you for coming in. Remember, guys, collect your daily heart me there and just come on in. We just having fun. I'm reading the comments. I can't post anything, but definitely keep the chat chatting. Like, invite, share, tap it out, tap it out, tap it out. That's a great thing to do. Okay, so Plants and Puff said she's a Thursday, born Thursday, so she loves
Ooh,
Thursday.
Thursday.
Wow. I'm born Thursday born. So I love Thursdays. Wow. Let me think about what I like all of the days of the week, but I don't really have like a special day. I really just like them all equally, I think. I don't know. But I don't know. Sundays is great. I love them all. I can't. I'm really racking my brain saying like which days because I don't have that Monday through Friday mentality. Like get off Friday is oh rah rah rah. Nor so a lot of times I work on the weekend.
Hey, Rye.
I'm out doing
Thanks for the likes. Thank you.
yeah, thank you guys. So I don't know. I would uh,
I'm
that's
curious. Do you
weird.
know which day of the week you were born on?
I don't, but if I search really hard, I could find it. I could find it out. I just got to go research it. I had my chart done some years ago, and it was very interesting.
I love all things
Oh
astrology.
my God, my chart was like off
Did
the.
it reveal some things and confirm some things for you?
Yeah, it did.
Okay.
It like it matches. It's like because I'm like you. I love astrology. I just love to learn, and this is what you see in your kids. Like being that I think Gemini is like the biggest kid in the zodiac, and
Right.
we're also the biggest. We're the communicator. We're the bridge, the messenger, so to speak. So with that being said, I'm always gravitating towards the things that I like that move my soul, and that is anything in holistic, natural, stars, moon, sun, weather, trees, the elements.
Nature, yes,
Yeah,
yes.
nature, knowing that we are, I believe, we're stardust. So here it is, we're floating around in this cosmos, and right now we just landed on Earth.
Mm-hmm.
So in just seeing how personalities connect and how people connect, and I could pretty much tell how when I really sit down and talk to somebody, it's like, oh, okay, you're that person, and it helps me understand myself more because we all have people that we kind of get along better than other people, and there's a reason behind that, it's a reason, and I love to challenge that because I remember I did when I first went into broadcasting, my producer, She is a Virgo, and Virgos are very rigid, very,
I got a Virgo.
very, very on point. But I need that. See, because I'm a Gemini, so I'm floating around, I'm flying
Yeah,
all over the
yeah,
place.
yeah.
So that Virgo, my Virgo producer, would I'll be talking fast and be like, the whatchamacallit and the thingamajig. And she's like, no, what are you talking about?
Yep. You got to be exact
real,
and
real
precise.
matter of fact.
Yep.
So we had to find, I had to find that balance in myself that would help me communicate with her better. And and it works because they're not getting ready to come in the side of the floatiness. They're not doing that. But being a Gemini, I can mimic your behavior. I can whatever you're giving me, I can give it right back to you.
Yeah,
So
yeah.
if you're giving me a hard time, I can give you a hard time. But I'm wise enough to know that I don't want to play them games. It's just like I'd rather walk away. Like, you giving me a hard time, I'm out.
I
I'm
hear that. I hear that.
knocked out. He like, that's all I needed. I just needed mama to turn on that live camera and get going.
Yep, yep.
Yeah. So do you also study like the moon and the
Thank you, thank you.
rising and all of that?
Oh yeah, I get into it. I am so okay. If you know your big three, right? Your sun, moon, and rising. So I am a Sagittarius moon.
Okay.
And I love any and everything about higher learning, spirituality, um, and just all of the things related to understanding and exploring the deep. I get deep in it. I'm a deep thinker, I'm a deep feeler, and I'm learning how that relates to all the things that I'm passionate about in astrology, spirituality, nature, similar to the things you were just naming, things that are related to holistic health, and um, I'm just one of those. If I were to give, I don't label myself, but if I were to give something to paint the picture, I'm like, I'm a hippie, I'm an old soul, I am a wise elder,
Mm-hmm.
I I'm I'm a natural mama, like all those things. So when it comes to astrology, I understood it as a tool.
Right.
So not only am I analyzing myself, but I'm learning how to know my children better.
Yep.
And it's really been helpful, especially with my daughter. Since she's an Aries, we are polar opposites. And
Mm-hmm.
we are literally the I think they call it the sister sign or the twin sign or whatever. And when I understood that, it helped because we are always,
At odds.
you know, and I'm like, oh my God, and it clicked and it made life so much easier. So
Mm-hmm.
once that happened, I said, okay, I need to know all I need to know.
Yeah.
And that was no, maybe like 3 years ago when that happened. And since then, I've also discovered numerology
ATC.
and human
Yeah.
design. And that has also opened up all of these different elements for me to understand like, okay, there's all these pieces to the puzzle, but how they fit together. And then what somebody else was saying about, was it you? It was about, you can know all these things, but how you apply it.
Mm-hmm.
So, I have all of the wisdom and everything, but when I'm applying it and using it, it's like, okay, that's my secret sauce. When I
Yeah.
figure that out. And that has been the game changer in the last couple of years of my life because I've gone through so many transformations just from like 2021 to now. I'm unrecognizable in myself. I'm like, wow, I've changed so much. But that's because I've been learning myself and unlearning.
Mm-hmm.
And
That unlearning part is the hardest.
mm-hmm.
That's the hardest thing. It's not that because we learn, especially those that are open to learning, they learn, but it's the unlearning that gets us stuck.
Right.
because we want to continue to do stuff. I mean, that's what I face, being that, hey, I've been doing this and I've been doing it this way for such a long time. Now you have to switch it up, and maybe do it a little different, make that little slight turn. And so, during this period of time, what would you say has been the biggest obstacle that you had to deal with in your inside of your awakening?
Um, that's a loaded question because the first thing that comes to mind is, um,
Okay, hold that thought.
oh,
So the first thing that come to mind, don't release that. Go
okay,
deeper.
okay,
Think
okay,
about it. Go deeper.
okay. The um, the fact that I am having to learn to be comfortable standing in my power.
Mm.
All of this time, I've never been the type to be like, you know, I'm in your face and I'm loud and I'm proud. I'm magnetic already. People are drawn to me. When I'm out, I'm always like approached by people, my children as well. I've never cared for the spotlight.
Mm-hmm.
But what I found out about my rising sign, I'm a Leo rising. So it's no way around it.
Yeah, they coming.
And I said, okay, once I figured out that was necessary and I started to make peace with it and become comfortable, a lot of things changed. A lot of things really started to flow. But in order for me to have gotten to that space, I had to I had
Hey,
to
Lucy, thank you for joining.
I had to go through a it was another dark night of the soul, basically.
Mm.
And when that happened, that was just in 2024. When that happened, it was to propel me in all areas, but mainly in my career, because what ended up happening was I had a Pluto transit. It was Pluto squaring my midheaven, and my midheaven is um, Taurus.
Oh,
So I had all of this stuff going on, trying to figure out like how this works. And this literally just ended in December. On December 17th was the date that transit ended. And it started like back in September or October of 2023. So all of 2024, things were happening that was like, okay, you just need to trust the process. You can't do anything right now. This is a
right.
space where you are being pushed, you're being forced, and I just had to go with it.
Hey guys, tap it out. Tap the screen out, please. Tap the screen out.
All of
It's
that led to the moment that we're in right now because like I said, me being on TikTok live it wasn't on my bingo card. I
right.
was like, I'm gonna just make my post and do this and do that. Mm-mm. So
Yeah, yeah. That's fascinating. I think it's I was when you were sharing that, I thought about this book that I have that I often use this book as a little reference, or I share it. It's a great book. It's called the Manuscripting Journal.
ooh.
So inside of this book, they got so much stuff, and this is what I was thinking about as you were talking. I'm trying to turn to the page where it is.
And I love writing, so this is the name alone. I'm very intrigued.
This book is fabulous. I don't even know. I think I hijacked this book. Well, I don't think I hijacked this book. I know I hijacked this book for my daughter. She's not gonna do anything with it. She be part of her, the part of her that's me and her, she be wanting to do this stuff, but she's too much of a Taurus to want to really do it. She just be like, just show me show me the money.
Right,
I'm a
right. That
tourist.
sounds right.
Just show
That
me the money.
sounds right.
I don't want to, mom, I'm not about to get off into all of that. But by them being raised around it, they do know the significance of it. You know, my son, he has no hesitation. And Mama, I just need you to pray for me, because I know if you pray for me, it's good. It's gonna whatever I need. It's about to take place or whatever. Where's my one page at? So, and this is me. So my moon is in Taurus.
Oh, okay.
So I'm not I'm like that stable Gemini, that Gemini that's yeah, I'm all over, but I'm not. You know, I'm very
Grounded.
logical. You know, that logical side of me is really going to show. So it's almost like a battle I have with the creativity and the battle. I mean, you know,
Okay.
and the logic. It's like, oh, do you be creative or do you just be logical? And sometimes that's the struggle because being logical makes you be responsible,
Ooh, I felt that. Yeah, yeah. I felt
right?
that.
You're like, what? What's going on? I gotta be Oh my God, I gotta be responsible. I don't want to be responsible. I just want to be free. I just want to be free to create. And so I don't care much about the tangible stuff. So guys, come on in the room. Come on in the room. I'm just looking for something right quick, and I know it's here. I just don't know. Can't put my hand on it right now. Everybody, I want you to put down in the comments, everybody, if what do you think about the conversation so far? Are you understanding what is happening here? Do you understand what is going on? We're just connecting. This is my new friend. And a lot of times I would say, this is the building relationship process, guys. You connect with people in the space of TikTok, and then you decide on if you really want to build community, if you really want to build friendships. And the only way you do that is you have to get to know somebody. So I would encourage like live hosts to really, and this is what I do. Now I can't speak for anybody else, but being that I'm in the space of broadcasting media, it has nothing to do with TikTok. It just has everything to do with who I am. I always want to have conversations, to get to know people, to see what's our future look like. Because tell you the truth, you don't have time to waste on talking to just anybody.
Yes, ma'am.
You
Yes.
look up and it'd be like 2026. You be like, what happened? Who was I talking to all of
Time is even
2025?
more.
Right? Look, he woke up from his power nap.
This is a
He
power
woke up
nap.
from his power nap. So, guys, if you want to ask any questions, feel free to ask questions. How is life with you with managing, or I should say finding the harmony between like the household, TikTok and the children? How's that harmony?
That's a great question. I actually was asked that on live. I went live and I don't usually show me and the kids, but that time I did. And it was a question that somebody posed. It was like, how do you do it with four boys and all of the ages? And I said, first, God first. All things, glory to God, because a mom definitely support it. Nonetheless, I have had to come up with systems, and this has been my challenge, but also my greatest work, because once I had my systems in place, life was flowing. And the systems work centered around me. I make sure, okay, I need to take time for me. My self-care is not a uh, option. It's not an option. So I set it up so that my mornings, I sacrifice, waking up very early so that I can have time for myself, so I can have time for quiet, so I can talk to God, so I can do all the things I need to do. And then I set up our day, and I make it very, so this is the Virgo in me because I got a lot of Virgo in my chart. I have to plan, and I do like I do I do like a 3-step system.
Mm-hmm.
I do my daily plan and a schedule that I kind of follow closely, and then I do a weekly schedule, and then I do certain things on certain days. So I didn't mention that I also homeschool. So I make time for certain things on certain days, and I just plug in the gaps. And then I also make time for my business endeavors. And so what I have found to work, and I'm being impeccable with my speech as part per the 4 agreements. That book was really good. Um, I I know that I get kind of distracted. I think I have really like not tapped into my potential because I haven't been so structured.
Mm-hmm.
And once I have all of the stuff in place, oh, it's over for it. It's over. But what I do is I use my phone. I have an iPhone. I use my phone's alarm and timers. So the timers are for me to have like a idea about not spending too much time on something. So when my timer goes off, I usually am like, okay, all right, I'll snooze it for a second, but like I gotta stop after this. Then I set alarms to go off to signal me like, oh, okay, I'm supposed to be doing this at this time. And it usually ends up aligning if I set the alarm ahead of time because I try to plan out my day, like, in blocks for the afternoon and for the morning and for the evening. And I'm like, I look back and I'm like, oh, okay, this is good. I did that. I did that. And then I make reminders on the app to say, like, okay, my to do list and my tasks. And it gives me a digital tracker because I usually write stuff down. I love to just, put it on paper. And then I add it to the phone and I'm like, oh, okay, check, 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 mark that off. But it gives me a real good foundation because once I go back and I'm like, oh, I didn't get to do that, or I delete that, I didn't have time for that. And I'm like, okay, this works. And then lastly, for my like weekly schedule, I go in and I have my calendar for for Google, and I just plug in stuff that I'm like, oh, okay, I want to go to the library this day because I got this event going on. And then I know, my daughter has this thing going on after school, so I got to plan around that. So it just
So like you double up on your schedules, like
yep.
you because you using your phone. Hey guys, okay, hold on 1 second. I gotta tell everybody this.
Yes, ma'am.
She just dropped some great gems, some great information. Because last week, I think it was last week, Plants and Pup. Remember, I was talking about systems. Like that's the only way we can really grow is to get a system that works and implementing a system, and then you can see your progress. You can track your
Yes.
progress with a system because you can't track your progress with goals. You cannot with goals along. And I'm talking about GOAL. Plants and Club, drop some stickers in the comments if you can. You cannot track your progress along with goals alone. Goals. You have to have a system, and she just proved it. And y'all check out her system. I hope y'all was taking notes. I hope you was taking notes for yourself. She starts with self. Check that out. Because I preach on that. I preach that if you don't learn how to master the art of loving yourself,
Yes,
taking care of yourself, you cannot take care of other people effectively. That's what you start with. You start with self. And in that self, did y'all hear this? She meditates. She has the conversations with her higher power, with herself, with her ancestors every day before she gets started. She makes that time. So when people say, I don't have time, no, you don't. You time is an illusion, first of all. It's a matter of what do you want to do and how do you want to make room for what you want to do. So she has this system, guys, and she has a weekly and a daily system. Um, she homeschools, so she has to be organized. She has 5 kids. She has to be organized, and and this is the only way you do it with a system, like hands down. I just want to scream. I want to scream. I want to scream. I really want to scream. I want to scream and like run around the house real quick and
Look,
piss
I'm gonna do a
everybody.
cheer for you.
I want to scream and run around the house and piss everybody off. I really do. Thank you, thank you, thank you for those stickers. So then guess what? Guess what else? I'm doing your recap, okay? So you because this is fascinating to me. So then she uses her technology, and that's what I say, you guys. We have to use technology. Most people that have these fancy phones, and all of them are fancy, you walking around with this computer in your hand, yet you're not using it. You can use your phone if you wanted to put your walking schedule on there, count your steps, set your reminders. I'm on my phone. I have this writing app, and you said, Jasmine, you like to write too. So on my iPhone, this is writing app, and it notifies me what time to write because I said I want to write daily, and I put the time
Okay.
in there, so it dings me to say you it's time for you to write. So again, we have these things. Okay, so then she does a task and a things to do list, and she merges that with her Google Calendar. So now she's getting the notification from her phone, also from her Google Calendar, and it all comes together. And this is how she gets it done. This is how she gets it done. Thank you for the stickers. Thank you, thank you, thank you. Thank you, T, for the heartbeat. Thank you, thank you, thank you. I appreciate it. I appreciate it. Guys, come on in the room. I want y'all to do me a favor. Y'all need to hit that screen, and we need to get on to this milestone, and also invite the people in. This is Merry Christmas. This is the Merry Christmas vibe.
Christmas,
We
yes.
about to go into the new year, and for all, ooh, ride 'em cowboy. Yeah, I mean cowgirl, or for the cowboy that want to ride. Come on. Okay, well, whatever. Good morning, T. Good morning. Good morning. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you for helping me reach my goal for today. So Queen, you over there winning, homeschooling. What's the most satisfying part of your life right now? Hey, Boogaboo. Hey, Boogaboo.
He,
What's going on, Boogaboo? What did he do?
he had the marker the whole time. And he was just going to town. Just
Oh my
here.
God.
I had my pencil pouch in my lap. He grabbed it. I was like, okay, just have your
Oh my
pen.
God. I remember when my baby did that. She had marker all over her face. She was putting her makeup.
Yeah, that's
He,
basically what. Yep.
thank you for the tear. Thank you
So
for the
please
daily
repeat the
heartbeat.
question.
Hey, Wildflower. What's going on, Wildflower? Jazz is in the building, y'all. Shout out to Jazz. Y'all make sure y'all are loving on each other. Inviting some friends in because let them know it's time to win. My question was, what out of all the things you do, is there? Well, now I'm changing my question. You said like next you about to incorporate the YouTube videos and start doing more on that transition and just building out your platform. So out of all the things that you do, what is it that you're most passionate about teaching?
Ooh, so many things. Okay.
Look, I'm listening. We
Got to
listen.
be the self-care and balance with motherhood because I I survived so much based off of that. That was the anchor that kept me sane, that kept me all together. And even when I was just faking it till I was making it, it was like, okay, it literally was what stayed for me. I need to make sure that I take care of me so I can take care of them.
Mm-hmm.
So teaching people not necessarily my ways, but what I'm learning is really how I regulated my nervous system. And in learning that I needed to do that, I understood what was going on better because I was in a freeze state, but I was also in survival mode, right? So once I figured out, oh, okay, well, this is what's going on. My nervous system is,
Happy holidays, Jenny.
I know, in a wreck is what I'm trying to say. I started researching, how do you do that? How do you regulate your nervous system? What does that even mean? And I came across all this information about reprogramming your mind and learning to rewire your brain. And so this also aligns with the work that my mom does.
Thank you for the team.
I actually have to chat with you about that because she is a published author and she's written she's written a memoir and some other books related to the topic. But when I came across it, I said, Mommy, this is fascinating because a lot of people, especially moms of young children, we don't realize how overstimulated we are. We're constantly, having, especially 2 and under, we're constantly having to sacrifice our time and our bodies and show up for our children. So it's very hard when you have that going on. So when I figured out, okay, all of these things, and then I started learning about the tools that was working for me. And one thing that I found out about was EFT, and that's emotional freedom technique. If anybody's familiar with it or not, I'm just going to quickly explain it for.
Okay, tell us what that is.
With EFT,
what does it mean again?
Emotional freedom technique.
Okay. Y'all write that down in the chat.
And people also refer to it as tapping.
Okay. Right. Okay, I didn't know it was both. Okay.
So I had seen that I think back in 2020. When I was like, what is this? It just sounded real woo-woo to me. It sounded very it sounded very it just didn't resonate. It didn't resonate. So
thank you, Jenny, for the daily heart. Jen.
Freezing on me, or that's you?
Jen Bunny.
Okay. Reconnect. Okay, there you go. So I just felt like it didn't resonate, and I was aware of it, and I left it at that. Hold on, they telling me this is so weird. They do that inactivity thing.
So tell somebody to do something in your chat.
Okay.
It's if your chat's not moving.
Got you.
That's why, guys. So hold up for a minute while you do that. So, guys, tips and tricks right here on TikTok while we're doing this live for the live host out here. You know, we both came on live at the same time, and that's why I was able to bring her up. No, guys, we're not battling. We're just in some simple discussions, just getting to know Jasmine better. This is how we're going to build the community of the I Am Enough talk show by having these conversations. And for anybody watching, like, I want to really get to know you better. So I'm gonna start just taking little time out, and we did it today because this is the day that she goes live. Thank you for liking the live. Thank you for liking the live. And I feel like it's just very important for us. Why am my timer has stopped? My timer is not even going. That's crazy. But anyway, when you set out to do something, like, I'm very intentional. So being here in this space, I know that I want to meet people. And when I go live, I'm communicating with people. Hey, Jazzy T, what's going on? Thank you. Come on in the room. Good morning. Yes, support every woman. Thank you, Stir. I appreciate you. So I want to have these kind of conversations with us all. And I like to do it to better understand people and who we are. And then it helps us all grow. Because Jasmine, like, she gave, like, and the reason why I'm an interviewer, so I'm gonna ask questions that typically you don't get asked. Like, you get, basic questions, but and I learned this, we always be ready to answer a question. So never say the first thing that come to mind. Kind of let it sit back in your spirit and think about it a little bit deeper, because you don't have to rapid fire out things, especially if it's something that you hadn't thought about. Like, if it's something that you always thinking about, that's different. But if it's something that you haven't thought about, then that's what it is. Happy Merry Christmas, love. Merry Christmas, Queen. What's going on with you? Pardon me. Good. So is anybody else up? No. I'm waiting forever. Okay. I love you. Happy New Day. Happy New Day to you too. Okay. I'm on the live. You sleep good? Can you do me a favor? Can you go get me some water? Okay, thank you.
I see the time 7:08. I'm like, that baby still asleep. So
well, yeah, they be doing their thing. So what was I saying? So as you, I don't know, like, close the door, Addie. As a live host, whatever type of community you're building, then just pay attention to your people, because your people is what builds your community. And we all have gifts. We all have talent. You drive some great gems. When I asked about teaching things, and you're going to keep explaining to us, because baby had to calm down a little bit. And when you talk, I feel like the lives is like, how you would go to church, and then the kids would just start, like, screaming and for no reason, and in the pastor just, like, they just keep going. It's like nobody hears the child.
yeah. Yeah.
So it's like you close one ear and you keep one ear open.
That's a
But
perfect explanation.
right. So guys, just come on in and share it out. I want to just thank everybody for coming in. Hey T, thank you for being here this morning. Thank you, Finesse your messes in the building. Thank you, friend, for coming on in. You guys, like it, share it, do whatever we need to do. We know what we need to do. And finish telling us about the EFT. And I just learned too that they, like, I know about the tapping because it helps your third eye open, but I didn't know that it was referred to as the emotional freedom technique or whatever.
Yep.
And Piccolo Yogi's here. So Piccolo Yogi, this is a great conversation for you because he's a light worker, and he has made some major steps into the, consciousness discovery, awakening, so to speak. So go ahead, Queen. Keep going.
Okay, let me cook, right?
Let you cook.
Okay, so what I'm gonna tie this all together with how I use EFT, because initially when I realized I was kind of like dealing with a bout of postpartum depression, from life, and because of the challenges that were going on with life, and just a little backstory, I am married but separated. So me and my husband were going through some things. We were going through housing insecurity.
Thank you.
My money was funny. So it was a lot of stress on top of just some challenges that were very unexpected that I had to deal with, and life was just lifing. And so I'm like, okay, I can't just sit down and meditate. It wasn't working. I couldn't just sit down and journal. It was like, I needed something to help me ground myself, and something that wasn't as a chore. And what I found with EFT, thank you for the likes, plants, and pugs. What I found with EFT was it was very accessible. It was quick. You didn't have to spend, 30 minutes doing it to feel the results and see the results. And I was just like, okay, as long as I commit to doing it, this will help me. And I really was confident and excited because I had tried all the things I was just mentioning. I was just like, okay, I'm just still feeling stuck and stagnant. But what I did was I was going through different YouTube videos and just following along, and I was reading up on it and just learning all of the things that I felt like were now the foundation for me to teach others. And so how it works when I do it, I tap, and basically whatever challenge I'm dealing with that day, whatever energy I'm in, I'm addressing that. But in general, it's going to help you feel more grounded. It's going to help you feel more calm, just as a byproduct and result of it. But I was really focused on like, okay, my self-confidence. I was focused on feeling safe, because since so many things were crumbling around me, I didn't have no sense of control, and I was just like, I'm just trusting God, and this is me, and I'm going through it just trusting. And then I also later on started using it specifically to shift my identity, essentially.
Wow.
And,
thank you
I
for
was like, okay, I'm stepping into this entrepreneur role, and this is new for me. Let me tap into literally what that is, to be an entrepreneur, a successful entrepreneur, a confident entrepreneur. And it literally just changed my life. And I started doing that in the summer, because around June is when I would say the darkness started. And the darkness was, I just was like, oh, okay.
Hey, Carlton.
I guess. I don't know. I mean, I didn't want to do nothing. I was barely functioning. I was just there. And my mom saw what was going on, because we live with my mom right now. And she was just like, what happened? And you were just, completely 180. And I'm like, Mom, I don't
Okay,
know.
Finesse, hold on for a second.
It's just this cloud over me and this fog I'm in. I'm like, I don't know. And I just stayed there. I didn't try to like fight it. I was like, let me just figure out how to work through this, because traditional methods are not frowned upon, but they don't work for me. I pull myself out from these things, and I know that from certain challenges I've already dealt with prior to that.
Mm-hmm.
And I knew talking about it wasn't necessarily going to help, and I was open to it, but I was like, no, this is more spiritual. This is more physical, and the EFT addresses all those layers.
Okay, so hold on for a minute. So Finesse, thank you for coming in. Finesse had a question, and I think because of where she came in on the conversation. And Finesse, I want to say thank you. She said first timer, right, Finesse? So where's my first timer thing? And I think it's still reversed. Is it still reversed?
Yes.
Okay. So first timer, this is for you. First timer, we get some purple hearts, and it's a lot going on. But she asks what, doing what, and using what. So take her back to what we were talking about, and she was talking about self care and balance, and these are some tools that she uses for that. So, Jasmine, you want to just recap
Yes.
with
Okay.
to help finesse out because that's what we're here for. We're here to help.
Yes, yes. So what I was explaining, Finesse, was a tool called EFT, Emotional Freedom Technique, and it's also commonly known as tapping. And what you do is you use it to regulate your nervous system. And by doing so, it reduces stress, calms your body, and if you do it consistently and long enough, it will help you reprogram your if you're familiar with the term neuroplasticity, so it's neuroplasticity in motion because you're reprogramming those neural pathways. And by doing so, you can change your social, not social, your emotional and spiritual and physical states. And so I was explaining how it helped me to overcome some struggles I was dealing with. And those struggles were related to just being in a transitional state of my life. And I was dealing with some depression and postpartum depression and just stress from life, stress from being a mom. And I was explaining how EFT really helps with being something accessible to use. And it's not something you need to be like trained in. Of course, people will come to you as that, but I just use YouTube. I found me some ebooks and I read up on it. I studied and it resonated with me in a way because it was, oh, thank you. It was a way for me to easily get the job done because I just set aside some time. Like 5 minutes was really all I could do. And then I would do maybe 2 or 3 different, what they call scripts. And so I would address whatever areas I was having challenges with on that specific day. And the
Merry
results
Christmas.
really spoke for themselves because after a period of time where I just didn't feel motivated to do anything, the fog and resistance really
Thank you for the tap in.
eased up. And now I'm here today in this space because of that. On top of the self care, I was able to really show up for myself. And now I'm able to share and help other people. So please reach out if you want any more information. And I'm going to share my journey. What I was explaining was going to transition to YouTube to share more about my journey with self care, homeschooling, and just relatable motherhood content.
Yes, please give her some hand claps. Thank you, thank you, thank you. That was so on point. Chef Mom in the building.
Hey,
Chef
hey,
Mom,
Mom.
I'm so proud of you. Yesterday you went live. I'm so proud of you. Um, whew, y'all take that all in, take a deep breath. So when you're and I can't wait because I you got me now. I'm so freaking curious. I want to really that's me. I'm the constant student. I'm always
You know, life.
grabbing grabbing information. Why is this so important, guys? Because when you master yourself, you can master your world. It starts with self. So it's kind of like how you going to see the doctor, but then when you know that you had the power to lay hands on yourself, when you had the power to heal yourself, like I watched this movie yesterday. It was great. If I can say I seen the best movie this year on Netflix, and it was called The Forge.
Okay.
I recommend everybody go watch that movie. It is. I don't even want to do no spoilers on it, but it is such a great movie. I told my daughter like 5 times, this is a family movie. We need to watch it. She's like, Mom, you told me already. I'm like, well, I'm telling you again. This is a family movie. We need to watch it.
Okay, okay. Because I've been looking for a good new movie to watch.
That is a great movie to watch with your family, with your children, with your grandchildren, with your anybody struggling in that area of anger. It's just a great movie. It's a dynamic movie. Yeah, it's that's all I have to say about that. But so what you shared is us really taking a deep dive into healing.
Mm-hmm.
That's what you shared. That's what I heard.
Yes.
Because see, it's a lot of this stuff like the client. Let's just let me just set the stage right here. We are in this climate where people are using out these words. And I want to say Daily Harmony. Thank you for the Daily Harmony. I want to thank you for Jasmine for the Daily Harmony. Went to her, but I felt like it was coming to me too. So so we're right now in this. We're in an age of Aquarius for one thing. So that means like cosmic wise, we're elevating. And when we understand, thank you for the Daily Harmony. Thank you. When we understand that the healing, we're responsible for the healing, and stop using words like I think the more you use words like I'm traumatized, I'm trauma. I think you're giving trauma more power than healing. I think then start to give the negatives in our life more power than the positives. And I really know in my heart that if we concentrated on self awareness, paying attention to where we are emotionally, physically, spiritually, and then incorporated these tools, I call them our success tools, then we could really get to that area in life that we're thriving, not just surviving, but then we're thriving. And nobody can tell you what that is. You're the only one that can identify with what that needs to be. So you have to like really put these blinders on and say, you know what? What do I need? Because some people are motivated with money, but that doesn't move everybody. Some people are motivated with, with in their culture or whatever, but that doesn't move everybody. So we have to really find out what do we need, the individual person needs. And and Mom Jasmine, you hit it on the head when you said self care, self awareness. Look at you helping tapping the baby. When he like, I know this trick.
That's what
He like, I know this trick. Let me shake it off. She's trying to get me. So
I didn't give up. He ain't going back to sleep. That's fine.
he like, wait a minute. She trying to get me. She's trying to trick me. Yeah. So so this is just great. So I want to ask anybody paying attention. What do you all is there anyone that is struggling in any of those low vibration areas? If you are, um, just think about what she said, and do you think that this is something that you could try to incorporate to help you if that's what you really want to do? And I always preference my words because not everybody wants to be helped.
Mm.
Some people just like to complain. Hey, Uni, what's going on with you? Thank you for coming in. Some people truly just like to complain, and you got to let people be where they are, right, guys? You got to let them be where they are. So, so what else do you want to share with us about your experience or your journey here, that because it sounds like you're like entering into a new life. Thank you for the daily heart, me, and the roses. I love roses.
Let's see. Um, I I think my constant message. Hold on, what did I say? Oh, thank you, thank you. Oh, look at Tony is showing up and out.
I love it when people show up.
Yes, live goal achieved. Thank you. I am so grateful. I appreciate you. I think I just want to express me and my rawness and my authenticity. Let that resonate as inspiration, because I used to shy away from that, and people were always, I think, not I think, what I have come to understand is people, they were projecting on me, like, okay, well, how does she do this? How does she, things just come easy for you. These are what comments people were telling me, like,
Thank you for the gifts. I'm sorry, Mom.
I had a friend who was always like, well, everybody doesn't get, well, she was like, everybody doesn't get the same access to stuff as you do. And she was talking about, because of like, at the time I was saying how in school I was like, doing well in school. Okay. But what I'm just trying to do is by being me and showing you what works for me. I'm just trying to spread the love, the joy, and that's my purpose. One of my many purposes. I have purposes and I have assignments, as we all do. But that is my purpose, to just really be and show love, and I just want to express that to everybody, that at the end of the day, the content that you see and the content that I plan to share is all stemming from that place.
And that's good. And let me just expound on that. So first of all, let me say welcome. I have a new subscriber. Oh, how did I miss all of this? I had my back turned. So yes, ride 'em cowgirl. I just love it. Got me a hat. And thank you, Chef Mom. I'm so that you're here. I gotta keep my voice down. And also a new subscriber. Yes, yes, yes. My sign is messed up, right? But I have a new subscriber sign.
Oh, I love it.
Thank you. So we're gonna do big things. So Chef Mom, there is a group. I'm gonna add you to this group on inside of TikTok, and also if you're on Discord, you can meet us also inside Discord, and that page is Motivational Queen. That's how you'll find that, and I'll send you the link to that. But I just want to say welcome to subscribe to me. I really place my subscribers on a pedestal. Why? Because it means more to me than you could ever imagine. Being that you have choices, but what I want to provide is the service, connection. We're going to chat, we're going to talk, we're going to have one on ones. It's going to be where I feel like this in the world, people come on your path not by accident. I believe everything is always in divine order, and how you move together can change lives and change the world if that's what you want to do. That's what I want to do. I want to really make a big impact. And you know what? You said something, Jasmine, and I was just holding it because you said, like, I'm not interested in going viral, but then you contradicted yourself when you said, but I want to serve people. And the reason why that's a contradiction is because going viral just means that you're serving more people. That's all that means. It just means that you're serving more people. And when you're saying you want to serve more people, see, saying words like, I don't want to do this, but then it's contradicting what you said you want to do. It's a battle of um I don't want to be disappointed. If I say I want to go viral and I don't go viral, then I don't want to be disappointed. See, so
Yeah. 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 You
I'm
just
a
ready.
teacher. I'm a teacher. I got to teach. And I was holding that because it like when we say things, it like snatches my heart. See, because I truly operate in a heart space. And when we say things like that, it's like you can't be great without getting in the pit. You know, you can't like what you have, and I just want to tell you, Queen, what you have a gold mine. You are sitting on a freaking gold mine with your content and with your information and with your life, what you're going through. But now, this is the choice that you have to make. The exposure will come with opposition and it will come with building. It will all be happening simultaneously because, just like you said, with a friend of yours trying to project her sadness or her disappointment on you, that will just come to you. And this is why we need one another, because if we locked in, then when you going through that stuff, you know who to go to get you over the hump. You know what I'm saying? You know where to turn to. You will have your village in place. So I want you to go viral, because you going viral means that instead of a few thousand people seeing your information, it means that there will be millions of people seeing your information, and your impact will be greatly and greater appreciated because you'll serve more people. That means that more money will be coming your way. That means that a overflow. Check this out, guys. Everybody in the comments say an overflow. I'm gonna say that again. Somebody up to my left and my right, they did not hear me. So I gotta say that I gotta break this thing all the way down. I feel my help coming on. An overflow will come out because of what you must do. That's a part of your assignment, and it's a part of your calling, and it's a part of your passion. You are a mother of five. You have overcome some stuff and you're working through things as you speak. You are a homeschooler. You are a person connected with spirit, the most high. So this is going to serve you well in all of your endeavors. So you got to open up to receive the overflow. You have to say, you got to open up to receive it. It's not coming, because if you're going to cut it off with your words, it's not going to come. But if you say, I'm ready to receive, come on, somebody. Hold up for a minute. Hold on for a minute. If you say you're ready to receive the overflow, nothing can stop the overflow from coming. But you say it.
I'm ready to receive the overflow.
So as you're tapping and as you're getting everything, as you're doing all of that, just say overflow. Say, come on, overflow. So that's going to come with massive exposure. That's going to, that you will be going viral. Things will just happen. I can easily see, because I'm putting together this retreat. So thank you for my, look here, Chef Mom. You know what that means. You're holding my heart, so you got to take care of my heart. You just put my heart in your hands. You're holding my heart. You must take care of my heart. So, guys, this is why we have to stop. We bless ourselves and we curse ourselves in one sentence. We can say, when you say it's nothing wrong with wanting an overflow. There's nothing wrong with wanting prosperity. You cannot say I want it and yet double back and saying, but I don't want it. I can't be on here serving the trolls. The trolls are gonna come. The BOTs are gonna come. You're gonna be challenged at the challenging checkpoints. Somebody write that down. There's a checkpoint, and it's called the challenging checkpoint. And you're going to be challenged because that's just the way the universe works. It's almost saying, do she really want it? Cause, cause, what about when her car breaks down? Does she really want it? What about when the kids act bad? Do she really want it? What about when these transitions happening and you know, like in those dark places, in those darker moments, do she really want it? That's where we challenge. That's where our faith have to kick in, and our we have to dig in deep and eat our Wheaties and take on our spinach and like remember of all those things. Well, Popeye say Popeye wasn't having it. He just chucked down some spinach and there it was. So so you got to say, where is my spinach? And talking about that, like even I guess when I say spinach, like food, good people, food can calcify your body. Like the wrong foods can block you from your heights. So make sure y'all that y'all drinking y'all water, drinking alkaline water or spring water is even better, or well water. Eating fresh fruits, music, high vibrational sounds. Um, you have to really be in tune for the elevation. You see how the baby calmed down? That's because Auntie started talking. Cause he was ready. He was ready for it. You have to really be in tune and hear what I say. In tune for the elevation. So the in tune part comes out. I want you to practice silence, more silence. And guys, that's for all of us. I practice it all the time. In silence, it's hard for people not to talk. But the silence that we need to embrace is the listening. When you're silent, just listen and just like kind of, wouldn't it be cool? I think when we do the retreat, there's gonna be a day, it's gonna be a silence day inside of the retreat. Y'all, I'm planning a very big retreat, and Jasmine's gonna be there.
Yes, I am. I'm gonna be there.
And she's going to be sharing and teaching. So it's going to be for the young, the old, and in between. It doesn't matter. Who this is for whomever wants to elevate in their own self awareness. Okay? Because when we start to elevate in our own awareness, life gets simple. I take my hands off of a lot of stuff that I used to feel like I had to control. Right?
When I learned the real meaning of surrender, it really switched my perspective. I said, "Oh, okay, I surrender. I don't. You don't have to worry about me. No worries."
Wow. And you know what? Check this out. Look how God working. Remember I told you about my journal that I was trying to find this, still haven't found it. But guess what I did see? Guess what I seen? It's no accident. Guess what I seen? This
Okay.
gonna blow your mind. EFT tapping.
It don't get no clearer than that.
right here. I kid you not. Like
Mic drop.
right
Mic
here.
drop. What? Ow. Big drop. Okay. So everybody on this live, if you've been tuned in since then, y'all gotta drop some hearts, some fires, some tap, just all the things, because the energy in here is yeah.
What? Are you? Yeah. And I was like, I
Wow, wow, wow.
yeah,
Yeah. So that kind of stuff. That's the
yeah,
frequency right there.
yeah. That's what I'm talking about. That's what I'm talking about. See, so when you be up there, you be like, what? That's why I say this retreat, 2025 retreat, guys. I was first. I was just like a weekend, but I don't know. Y'all might have to just really get your life and prioritize your life and say, I need to come on this. And this may not be for anybody in the room. This may be for future people coming through the door. But I do know that when we start to manage self, like you said, the surrendering, taking pressure off of you, um, understanding that that we all, it's an inside job. This is an inside job. You get tricked into thinking that everything outside of you matters, but it does not matter if you don't get this inside taken care of. So that's what's going to happen. I'm about to find what I'm looking for, but I saw that. I was like,
Yep, yep. I love it.
so tell me about some other rituals that you do.
I am actually more ritualistic than I have ever been lately. I'm tapping into my magic, and I'm really turning it up because
Hey, Antoinette.
I see how potent that really just kind of like sprinkling that little magic and intention on things is like, okay, that's that's my zone. So I have been doing Venus Day rituals, and Venus Day meaning celebrating and honoring the energy of beauty, love, money, abundance, um, specifically on Friday. And so I kind of do a lot of mirror work. I definitely get in the mirror and say my affirmations. And oh, that's another thing that I had used as a part of my success tools, as you named them. Some affirmations and saying it until I really meant it.
Mm-hmm.
Oh yeah, that worked for me. That worked for me. I do a lot of Venus Day rituals and glamour beauty work, and not necessarily focusing on like um, looking a certain way, but it's the feeling because I I had to step into a different type of confidence this past year, and when when I go back to self care, my self care is like it's levels to it. So I got like general hygiene and taking care of my body, making sure I'm eating things, but the other part of self care, like making time for stuff that you enjoy, relaxing, pleasure,
Mm-hmm.
things that are just fun. So I've been using art a lot for that.
Nice.
A lot of this has been an outlet. A lot of it has been more of a expression of creativity because I am a creative as well. And when I do the art, it's meditative as well as like me saying, okay, I'm gonna create something and I'm gonna make something, and it's important for me to do that because that's my general way of expressing. I don't know where you put it. Of expressing myself.
He like, wait a minute, it's in there.
That is funny. I don't know. It just disappeared.
He say it's in there. It's in those booby cups.
Okay.
God, it's so funny. See, he knew it was in there. He said, "No, it's in there." I'm like,
Supposed
"No."
to rip my whole dress.
Right.
Lord. So, and then another ritual that I have recently begun is my money rituals. I hadn't done anything related to that before, but I I took what you were saying to heart, and I just want to thank you for just speaking those things because it was confirmations and it was a lot of reminders because again, like I was saying, that whole full circle thing of me not stepping into my power or just fully showing up for myself and like, okay, well, I'm
Trying to shrink.
small. And it's like, no, 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 we done with that. So
Hmm.
I appreciate hearing that, and it was very, 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 very much well received, very timely. So with the money rituals, what I'm learning to do is really not feel limited. And it's like
Mm.
I'm in a time in my life where I have been on the other side of things right now where I'm like, my money is funny. And for the scales to balance and knowing the rewards and hard work that I've put in, I am declaring and expecting some big money to come my way, to come my family's way. I'm talking about generational wealth that I am setting up for myself, my children, my lineage. And it's my job to do so because when God gave me those instructions, I really was like, you sure that's
And that, and
you sure
yep, I do. I know, I know exactly what you're saying, and you're going to do that through being obedient to your gift. Like everything can come into alignment when we take the limitations off. Um, and I gotta pull it up. I don't have it right now, but I will definitely get it to you. There is a very special mantra that, what is her name? Florence Show.
I love her. I love her. I got so many of them.
That's the only.
Powerful, powerful words put together.
Now I gotta go look for it because I want to write it down so I have it in. So then I can share that the next time we're together, or I could even, you probably have it, but I really, by us talking, there's a connection with that. What you're saying right now. Thank you for the donuts. Thank you, thank you, thank you for the donuts. I appreciate it. And there's a deep connection, and most a lot of people struggle with this. You say you want more money. You say you want to build a legacy, but then, and this is why you can't shrink. You can't say that, but yet say, but I don't want to go viral.
Right.
But you, because what you said, like, guys, what she said was she needs to work from home because she homeschools. So she has to find a way that will bring the revenue in, and you have a passion and a love for people that will, it has to expand out, and no better way to do that than on social media platforms, because you don't have to leave home, and you can build up your community, and then you can take your community online, from online to offline, in whatever spaces that you want to do that in. Like, you could say, well, you're going to travel once a quarter, and you're going to drop inside of, Jasmine's Love Zone with your tribe once a quarter. And we're talking about, I know, I have a good associate. They do an award show once a year, and that award show puts $250,000 in their pocket, and they work all year, but the payout is for that one event, and that's all they have to focus on. That's all they have to focus on. So it's just a matter of you developing your money system, like how you have your daily system, and now you can confidently say and start speaking those words, and when you get in your quiet time to start really seeing what that looks like, because you have to visualize what that looks like. You know, how is that going to change your life? What will your kids be doing? What activities? How will you be traveling? Like when that money, guys, are you ready for the overflow? And that's all I want to know. Who's on here ready for the overflow? Because you gotta be ready for the overflow. That's the only way that this thing works. Yeah, you gotta do the work, but it takes you understanding that the work is not going to be hard because you're going to be operating in your strength. The work is not going to be hard. Get out of those philosophies of thinking that it takes hard work. No, it takes smart work. It takes intelligent work. It takes heartfelt work. It takes that type of work. It takes the work of consistency, the work of confidence, and you start with yourself. So imagining you are you're in your process, and you're giving us what we need. Now here your people start showing up. Your people. So however you want to do that, whether it's a membership, whether it's and I love memberships, whether is like a subscription, like here on TikTok or whatever. Like these are the things and you know that you're constantly giving and you're constantly sharing. So why shouldn't you be constantly getting money for that? You can't like let's call it where you can the mortgage must be paid and it takes money.
It takes money.
The kids got to go to take in all of the events and activities and learning or whatever, and it takes money. If you say, "Hey, I want to put my son in whatever to learn how to fly airplanes," they want to check.
Yep.
But you know that him learning, that's a skill, that's a talent. He could become a private pilot or whatever. He's like, Mom, I want to learn how to do this. I want to, like, guys, if you're not paying attention to what's going on in the world, you either got to be learning how to connect into the next realm or technology. And really and truly, technology is in the next realm when you think about it.
Yep.
That's where the world is. Brick and mortar stores are closing every day. They are moving everything into this digital space. And and we are essential. Real people are essential.
Real.
Don't get tricked with the whole AI experience, having AI do everything for you. No, we teach AI what to do. And the moment you stop teaching, then the moment is that's when you give up your power. So for all of us, like Chef Mom's on here, she's cooking. She said, "Hey, it's 5 generations of recipes that I want to be delivering." She's at the table. Like doing this. So your goal, Chef Mom, is to see who else is at the table doing it, and then start learning how to do it better. That's the goal. And not to be intimidated, not to be afraid to call out those numbers, those actual numbers. When I coach, I love numbers. I love somebody to say, I want to make $1 million in next year. Like I love people to say numbers like that. So what does that look like? What vehicles are we gonna rock out?
My mom posed a good question to me because on a side note, we have a business that we are building up, a consultation business. And she was like, I'm building this for all of us. I'm the I'm the vice president. She's the president, and we are LLC. It's called Now Hope to Reality.
Mm-hmm.
She asked all of us, and my brothers, I have two other brothers, but she asked her children, she said, if you give yourself a salary, what's the salary? Right?
Mm-hmm.
How much are you gonna make? Write it down.
Yeah.
And when she said that, I said, okay, okay. But then I took it a step further and I said, I want to talk about how much I'm bringing in a week and a month. And I based that number because I said I had a lump sum of money come to me back in 2021. Or was that 2022? Probably 2022. And I saw how quickly it went. And I said, okay, I know, and I'm gonna give you a parameter. It was like maybe $16,000 at one time. I
Mm-hmm.
saw how quick it went, and I said, okay, if I'm making that amount of money in a week or a month, that gives me perspective, and that gives me the vision to go after. And like you was just about to say, like what kind of car you driving, what type of activities you doing.
Mm-hmm. Where you traveling?
Where you traveling?
Like, so if your goal is to eat good, like what restaurants are you visiting? Did you go meet Chef Emerald like when you was in New York? Like what are you doing?
Yeah, yeah. And that's the fun part about it because when we stop, like we said earlier in the conversation, we stop putting those limits on it, and you were like, okay, well, just let your imagination run wild.
Yeah, definitely. Yeah, when's the last time you read Rich Think and Grow Rich?
In November, I did. Yep, I did. So I've been doing personal challenges. I did No Excuses November.
Mm-hmm.
Part of that was I had to establish a morning routine. I started waking up around 3 or 4 a.m. so I can really get time to do everything. And I did my statement of intent based off what he was saying in the book. I wrote down some things and I read it. And that book, I had already seen it years ago, but that book never spoke to me in the same way as it did. I wasn't ready for it until, the appropriate time.
Right.
And when I read the book this time around, I was doing it as an audio book, and then I would go back and like make my notes.
Yeah, you need a real book.
So I was like, okay, I see. And when I listened to it and read it this time around, all of the stuff that he was saying, it tied together with my other knowledge from other teachers and books and other artists. I mean, authors such as Neville Goddard, such as Florence Scovel, and somebody else that was I can't think of it. I don't. Okay. I don't remember what book it was, but I have like a top three that I said I was going to use as like my recommendations for people if they're interested in those topics. But Think and Grow Rich would be a part of it.
Right. So guys, put in the comments like Think and Grow Rich. I recommend and for whomever, even if you've read it before, and you mentioned a good point because when you read stuff, you have to really be in a space to receive it. It's almost like your perspective of what you're reading. It has in order for it to really be beneficial, you have to be in that space. And this is why people like read the Bible all the time. Like you like read and you read it over and you read it over. And but I recommend that we write more. That's my when I doing my regular live, I always tell people take an hour out of your day to write, to think. It's really your thinking time. Your imagination time, your just time to say this is the important time for me and this is what I need to do in this time. So then you can start getting into the habit because we're talking about habits. Habits, systems, this is a great system to have when your focus is to elevate. If you don't want to elevate, if your life is great, you don't want to change anything about it, keep doing the exact same thing. And that's always my disclaimer, because I've been caught a lot of things, some of them not good things. Somebody said to me, once I was working with somebody, and it's only because people will change their mind on their own self with their own goals. I was working with somebody, and he told me, he said, "You always ask me what am I doing. You never ask me how am I feeling." And I was like, "Well, personally, I don't really care nothing about how you're feeling." And it was like, "Brother, that is so cruel." But in the perspective of we hitting these targets, and you're talking about how you're feeling, your feeling doesn't have anything to do with what we have to do, what we have to get done. But then I had to just approach it more gently by saying it's a choice. So when I go into a contract with somebody, if you want to tear the contract up, that's on you. But I'm not going to ever stop being the coach, you know? But you can stop being the student, or you can stop being the client. But I'm not ever going to stop thinking about ways to make something better, because that's what I do in my thinking time. And I'm so rigid with it, to where when somebody, that's why I'm listening all the time. My spirit animal is an owl.
Okay. Okay.
So I'm constantly, my head's on a swivel. The owl can turn around without moving.
That's deep.
Just turning, like do a turn like all the way to the back without moving out of place. So I'm always watching, but I had to learn how to not always speak. And this is why I ask, will you allow me to share, or can I say something? Because people are walking around too sensitive, overly sensitive, like you say, overly stimulated, and and it might be a trigger for me saying something.
Yeah.
So I always ask to kind of like brace yourself. I'm about to go in.
We like to teach the kids consent.
Huh?
I tell them all the time, like, you gotta have consent before you
Yes,
do certain
you
things.
have to have consent.
And I see something related to what you were just saying, and it was like, if you are listening to somebody vent, or no, vice versa. If somebody asks, can I talk to you for a second? You busy? I gotta get this off my chest. Something going on. Is it okay? Is this a good time? Like,
Instead of just going in.
yes, yes, yes.
Yeah, I totally agree. And you can respect that. You really can respect that. Guys, thanks for coming in. This is the I Am Enough Talk Show, and I'm here with Jasmine Love, my new friend that we met yesterday. And we're just happy to be able to bring this information to you all. We're simply talking about self-care, self-love, appreciation for life, goals, planning, harmony, and that was another word that came up when you were saying balance. Like I say, it's hard to balance life, because when you think about it visually, you think about you're always, ooh, too much over there, too much over there, like you're doing this. So what I started doing was I said, like, I seek harmony, because then my harmony is tied to my soul, and and it doesn't make it easier, because when those situations occur and they hit you, you gotta stop.
Mm-hmm.
But
I'm speaking to my soul, because harmony and balance, I think, because I'm a Libra, and that's cliche, but no, seriously, like, that runs my life. That peace, that inner harmony, um, everything really does stem from that, once that foundation is set for me. Because
yeah,
after that's set, it's like, all right, well, I'm good. You take it or leave it, but I'm good.
right. And that's the beautiful part about I am enough, like, okay, so guys, just think about the word I am enough. Think about the word I am enough. In the comments, write down I am enough. You can meditate on that statement, that decision, that being. I am enough. Sit there with that. Breathe in I am enough. Release out anything that represented you not being enough, that you told yourself or that anybody else told you. You simply say, I am enough. And you can feel your confidence increasing as you say that, as you say, I am enough. I am enough. Come here. No, not. Well, you know what? Messiah don't have a shirt on, so he can't come. I mean, you can come here. Hold on, guys. Okay, you downstairs about to open present?
Yes.
Okay, I'm on my way. Come here, Messiah.
Bodie, what you doing?
Come here. Merry Christmas. I love you. I'll be downstairs. So, yeah, I am enough. When I in self discovery, when you recognize that every word has power, when we start recognizing that we are right where we placed ourselves, that's a hard pill to swallow. You like to be like, I placed myself right here. Yeah, you did. You did. But guess what? It's okay. Because obviously that's where you need to be right now. You need to be right where you are right now. So I just want to say that, and this is why we have to give ourselves grace, because you can beat yourself up to the point of, well, why am I here? I'm not here because I put my hair. I'm here because it was my wife's fault. It's my husband's fault. It's my mama's fault. I was dating this guy, and he was still blaming his parents for what his whole philosophy, what he's going through, what it was like. He still wanted people to apologize for him, and as much as I tried to shift that mindset, he wasn't budging. So I had to move myself out the way, because I was like, okay, God, why am I here? Because I can't make, and we can't rock with each other when you still stuck back into your 45 years ago.
That's literally my husband's whole MO. Good Lord. Wow.
Yeah, so well, I just love everybody. I appreciate everybody. My kids just came to get me. They told me it's time to open up gifts.
Yes.
Wait a minute, y'all. Let me just tell y'all this. This is a strange house, okay? We have a tree. There's lights. That's as far as the tree went. All of the gifts from all of the servicing centers came. It's boxes up under the tree. Nothing was wrapped. Nothing was boxed up or nothing. It was just the crazy. I have never celebrated like this before, but this is how they doing it, and I'm like, I'm just there for the ride. So Merry Christmas to you, Queen. I enjoyed I enjoyed today. I enjoyed this moment. We must do this again. Thanks everybody for coming in.
Thank you so much for creating the space and inviting me. I am just overjoyed with this connection, and I'm grateful. I'm so
Absolutely.
excited
to see what comes.
Absolutely. Well, we definitely must do it again. And I'm so looking forward to seeing everything that you're going to reveal. I feel like I'm just going to be a part of it. I'm like, I'm there. Yes, yes, yes. She's going to do it. So I'm excited.
It's nice to have you on the team. Thank you.
Well, you're welcome. I'm glad to be on the team. We're winning over here, guys. So thank you all for coming in. Tomorrow is Thursday, the day after. Yes, I will be here 6 o'clock in the morning. Yes, Eastern Standard Time. Y'all please come and join me. Bye, Pooh. Oh, look at him. I knew he was in love with me. I knew it. I knew it.
Big smiles. That means something from him.
Got the biggest smile. Look. Okay, Pooh. That kiss is for you. Ah!
Okay. Okay.
Right. He's showing out. He's showing out, right? You gonna kiss me with them pink green lips of yours? Okay, I love you. See you later, guys.
You have a beautiful holiday, and we'll
I will. I will. Thank you for that. Bye, everybody.